Yeah, I could probably just sleep forever and be okay. You know what I mean? I could just just keep sleeping. I have done that before. Um, it's so much fun. It's like yeah, but I did wake up for this movie, which was surprisingly long. It was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'll wake him up. He will look right at me and respond, and then be asleep again for 2 seconds later. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, that sounds pretty familiar. It's so not fun waking up. Uh, but it was pretty great watching this movie this in the morning. Like this was such a beautifully sweet movie. How much do you remember about it? I love this movie, to be honest. Like this one really packed a punch for me. Like hit pretty hard. For 10 in the morning. I also can't help it. I usually wake up right before my alarm goes off. I watched it last time my internet was out. Oh man. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's on HBO right now, so I remember pretty good. Hopefully, I guess we'll be playing Batman, so I won't really be able to talk about it. And I didn't take any notes, which I should have done. But yeah, I loved pretty much everything about this movie. Like it has everything that I could really want from something. And on top of that, it's just remarkably there are a couple of really special scenes, especially like that charcoal scene, or the scene where she runs away for the first time at night, and all of her clothes are just left in the street, or her fancy robes are abandoned in the street, and the animation gets increasingly abstract, and just more about making a mark on the page versus actually getting something, being extremely specific, maybe controlled. I feel like a lot of this movie was about control. But yeah, there's not like anything too crazy to look at here. Yeah, do you remember like what your favorite parts about this was? Elizabeth Hubert, and this looked interesting to me. I always wonder what other people kind of think about what's happening right now. Isabel Hubert and Venice jury members share concerns about very weak condition of contemporary cinema. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about this take here either. I'm wondering if it's different from their perspective or anything, but there's a lot of great movies coming out. You just kind of have to know where to look for them, or they're not going to be at the movie theater. French acting legend Isabelle Huppert, who is president of the Venice Film Festival jury this year. I liked The Little Garden, yes. Yeah, that was very, very beautiful. Was joined by her panelists as artistic director Alberto Barbara hosted the opening press conference for the 81st running of the event this morning. It's a different look this year, with no one sporting Writers Guild strike t-shirts a la 2023. God damn. This morning's session was brief but earnest. I'm worried about the things everyone is worried about, making sure that cinema continues to live because it is very weak right now. It's very difficult to make a film. A film is not just an individual effort, it's really something we deliver to the world, so I'm concerned about whether our world will still connect with people. Interesting. That's why the Venice Film Festival is necessary, and that's why I'm so happy to be here. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I really don't know. About the like. So I'm concerned about whether our world will still connect with people. Have audience changed so much that movies aren't really wanted anymore? I guess like even my parents don't really watch movies anymore. They're a lot of time, and they like watching shows. We understand that generations combined in this room need this festival to continue telling the stories that aren't covered in the mainstream. Festivals are now maybe festivals of defiance, going against the grain. This festival is 80 years of solidarity and mobility. I love the music for this movie too. Love this music. The latest edition of the world's oldest film festival kicks off this evening with the world premiere of Out of the Common screening of Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. I brought up an article about this too. This one there's a whole other article where we have another industry person talking about their troubles with the industry right now. Buzzy titles in the music is giving me goosebumps. It is lovely. Lovely. Buzzy titles in the competition include another sequel from Warner Bros. Todd Phillips' Joker. Oh God, this one. This is gonna be crazy. I hope this is good. As well, this is gonna. I think they're making it a musical, the Joker sequel, as well as Pablo Larraín's Angelina Jolie star Maria, Luca Guadagnino's William S. Burroughs adaptation Queer with Daniel Craig. Okay, The Room next. Okay. What? During the presser, Barbara was asked to reflect on last year's edition. Didn't really miss the absence. There was a lot of concern that the lack of talent might undermine the efficacy. Okay, it doesn't look like she says anything other than this. And I'm not entirely sure how to take this, where to go. So I'm concerned about whether our world will still connect with people. Yeah, maybe. I don't think so, but I think people still love movies. And will still go watch them, but maybe they have been cheapened a little bit by streaming, having so many different things coming out endlessly cheapens them a little bit, or maybe a lot of it. And then we have this over here where Tim Burton is talking about being delusioned. I don't know if you have any thoughts about that at all, but yeah, it has changed so much. I guess I really don't know how many people. Let's go to Letterboxd really quick. This is a bad way to look at this. Because people in Letterboxd are obviously going to like movies, but I'm curious about what the most recent movies are. Like what are popular movies that are coming out? They're mostly larger blockbuster movies, horror movies. I guess yeah, Twister isn't like all of these are bigger spectacles than something maybe like Princess Kaguya or with this lady, or movies that might be premiering at the Venice Film Festival or wherever this is. Yeah, Fight Club is popular. Okay, interesting. What does Tim Burton have to say though? 36 years after Tim Burton and Michael Keaton collaborated on a classic supernatural comedy. I've never seen Beetlejuice before. Is Tim Burton complaining about stuff changing? I don't know. I don't know. He's I guess being disillusioned. I really don't know. I'm curious about what he has to say, because there were a few articles that I saw like this. So things changing. He hasn't made like a. Let's see what he has to say at least. Collaborated on classic. I have never seen Beetlejuice though. The pair are unveiling the sequel Beetlejuice. Why? Here at the Venice Film Festival, the follow-up will have its gala world premiere this evening after having screened for the press this morning. Meeting with reporters this morning, Burton was joined by his lead cast. Okay. As much as I love it, I never understood why it was a success. Okay. Burton said of the original Beetlejuice, I can never place the film as something other than personal to me. So after all these years, being able to work with Michael, Winona, and Catherine again made it more personal and special, along with Jenna, Monica, Justin, Willem, new people who got into the spirit of it. So it was a very personal project for me. Okay. Yes, the Beetlejuice story picks up 3 generations. To say it's a unique is an understatement. There are a few opportunities to be in something that is 100% original and unique. Yeah, I would agree. At least it's something that's going to reach a much wider audience. And this cast, I went through and I watched or at least a lot of the. I don't even know what they're called. The Oscars. That's not how you spell Oscars. I went through and I watched a lot of the Oscars, and normally it's really kind of hit or miss, to be honest here with whatever they're nominating. But last year I thought that there were quite a few that were pretty incredible. Let's go with Best Picture. Yeah, I mean Everything Everywhere All at Once, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Banshees of Inisherin, Tar, Triangle of Sadness. God damn it. This is the wrong year. Wait, what? Okay, I was looking for something different. Maybe this is the wrong... What the fuck? I've been wanting to see Triangle of Sadness, though. Yeah, maybe I'm looking at the wrong year. Best Picture. Nope. Even though, no. Yeah, we have Anatomy of a Fall. This is what I was... Like, we still have things like Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, Zone of Interest. They're still out there, I think. Over the past few years, I got disillusioned with the movie business, so if I knew I was going to do something, I wanted to do it from my heart. I lost myself a bit. Interesting. Effing Oppenheimer. I liked Oppenheimer. Good morning, Doomboggle. Why is Top Gun Maverick bad? It's not bad. It's just not what they're probably looking for here. You know, when he's talking about, you know, I decided Oppenheimer is just cheap IP crap. That's... Why? Wait, oh yeah, go. I guess, yeah. If you want to elaborate, I guess. Yeah, I have generally pretty positive thoughts about Oppenheimer. Minus it just not diving into the characters a little more. Oppenheimer has all the built-in fan base who will watch it. Oppenheimer has all the built-in fan base who will watch it, which is based. I mean, tapping into all their pre-stuff. If by this you mean that people who like dramatic historical biopics about dramatic points in history, especially World War II, I can see that, but I do think that this one reached out a bit outside of its like core audience. You know, I'm definitely out of the loop on pretty much all of that stuff and had extremely positive thoughts about everything. When quizzed, it's really hard to... It's really hard to picture what it would have been like at that point in time, and to get even some idea of the gravity of what they were doing, their goals, and the results in the context of just like a 2-hour thing was pretty great. Yeah, I can see calling historic biopic fans the same as IP fans. I gotta try rewatching it with good audio and subtitles. Yeah. A lot of the times it's like not even important. I don't know. It's like it is a bit. I do think that this is a fair criticism of Christopher Nolan, where a lot of the times the dialogue just isn't important. they are just spouting so much bullshit that the literal dialogue isn't important, but it's more. I think a lot of it is more about getting you into the atmosphere. It definitely hits or miss though. Like Tenet was a headache, which was just a nightmare. And even like Oppenheimer, since I don't know pretty much anything about history, I did have an exceptionally hard time keeping a lot of things in context. Like I had no, when they would say a name, I would have no idea who the fuck they were talking about. If it now important why they talk so damn much, to get you into, like it's with it. Another good example I think is Primer, that time travel movie where, you know, half, like not like 75% of Primer is just jargon. It's just jargon to get you into the moment and the time period. So it works on that front. What they're specifically saying might not be so important though. Like they're, yeah, it's classic magician substitute. Prime definitely guilty of magic. Yeah, it's only to kind of sell the illusion. I don't think you're really supposed to keep up with it too much. I'm sure some people do, or even to the point where they disagree. But yeah, nothing else too crazy. I even oh wait, I accidentally left whatever this was. Did he say anything else here? So if I knew I was going to do something, I wanted to do it from my heart. I lost myself a bit, so this movie was re-energizing, getting back to the things I love. And I mean, he just worked with Disney recently, I suppose. I didn't know what was happening in Primer. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what's so fun about that movie is because the characters don't really know what's happening either. They are very confused. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, again, intention is going to be, I think, pretty important there. I never pay attention to these festivals. I really don't know much about how they work. I'm glad he feels so good about this movie, though. Beetlejuice? What? I didn't even really understand what this was. I've never even... Have you watched Skinamarink? No, it's on the list, though. Yeah, Skinamarink is on the list. Sounds like scary body horror. Blender? Skinamarink Supernatural Horror 2022. No. Two children wake up... I mean, this is already on the list, but I did forget what it was. Two children wake up in the middle of the night to find their father is missing and all the windows and doors in their room have vanished. Kyle Edward Ball. IFC Films. Has he done anything else? Heck. Recent thing. Very cool. Sounds like scary body horror. This a Canadian experimental art. Oh boy. Supernatural psychological horror. Oh boy. I haven't watched it yet, but it seems... Oh god. Oh god. This one seems like it would keep me up all night. Yeah. This one is experimental art, supernatural psychological horror. We should watch this in October for sure. Absolutely watching that in October. What was this Beetlejuice thing though? This one's coming out soon. Let's watch this really quickly and then just hop into Batman. Oh, for gosh darn it. Also for Batman, I did try looking into it. People suggested like uninstalling and reinstalling and seeing if that works, and it doesn't. Or at least I don't think it does. So yeah, it is what it is. But I did try to do it a little bit.
Here's a preview. Be warned, it's intense.
Oh boy, I already don't like that. But I also don't know much about Beetlejuice. I can't believe you haven't seen Beetlejuice. Maybe we'll do it in October then too. We'll watch it in October because yeah.
Can't believe Grandpa's dead.
Death is hard.
Yeah, sometimes I think life is harder.
Okay. I've been through the Beetlejuice haunted,
a trickster
like Orlando
demon
Universal.
Terrorized our entire
Like-
family and tried to force me to marry him.
Halloween horror.
I believed he was gone forever until you found this in the attic.
Ew. Who's Beetlejuice?
Don't ever say
Death
that name.
is a
Beetlejuice.
classic.
No, Astrid, I am serious. If you say his name 3 times, he will appear.
I like the smoke.
Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose. I'm gonna make you so happy.
This reminds me a lot of the Scooby-Doo. This reminds me a lot of the Scooby-Doo
I'm
text
gonna make you
from
so happy.
from the original the movies. What the heck?
The living,
Oh,
the dead. Can they coexist?
that looks cool.
That's what we're here to find out.
Michael Keaton. I'm super curious. I really don't know anything about this. I don't know what's happening. I'm really curious. Okay. Is this like Dune? Oh.
Beetlejuice.
Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Oh, I love him.
Really? Is this
Have you seen
figment of your
Casper?
imagination?
Maybe like a long time ago. like maybe 20 years ago. I even know why Casper is that even worth? No. Okay, I mean I'm definitely curious. I'm super. I really people like I don't know anything about what Beetlejuice is. Casper 1995. Because it's a classic too. I don't know. I don't. Is it? I think I have seen this. Isn't there something with like electricity, Like some, oh yeah, these guys, holy shit. Cast, oh my god damn it. God damn it. All those actors are lovable. I guess, yep, there it is. Suggest a movie. It's it's going on the list. Great. Great. I don't know Casper. All those actors are lovable. Yeah, it does. Isn't there some kind of like electricity machine though, or something along those lines with this movie? I definitely remember these guys though. Holy moly, holy moly. Yeah, they were so creepy to me. These guys kind of freaked me out a little bit actually. Oh my god, I can still kind of hear their voices. It's a machine to bring ghosts back to life. No, we don't. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. But I was gonna look up, like I can kind of hear their voices in my head still. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But yeah, that nothing too crazy today. Tales of Princess Kaguya. If we don't really get into it too much, it's remarkable. It's a remarkable, beautiful movie. That's like the watercolor in this movie is worth checking out alone, and he uses it, and it's constantly like changing moment to moment to moment. All kinds of just really and it's honest, it's a tragedy as well, which I wasn't expecting. Very sad, but we have Batman. He's got to go punch some people though. We gotta go punch some people. Very pretty. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And it is a tragedy, and I think like the main, I guess the general idea is that there is a princess from the moon who comes down to this quaint farming family, bamboo cutters in the woods, and at first she brings them an immense amount of joy. Just being a child, right? I think that was kind of the most wonderful part about this movie, is that, you know, her just growing up and being a child was basically this holy thing in and of itself, without even being like a princess from a moon. Just that part of it, minus those aspects, was extremely extremely powerful. And as were all of the other kids, like playing around the farm town and everything, and the dad gets disillusioned, and so does everybody else, and they all focus on the things that they want, and they see her as, or they want her to be, and they take her to the capital to essentially be trained to be like a real princess. And it kind of goes back to that story that I keep bringing up about Tarkovsky with where he's carrying the candle through the pool, and he's walking. That movie where he goes up, his mother is bedridden, and he goes to take care of his mother, and his mother always sits by the window looking out on this extremely unkept garden, and he thinks that he's helping her, but he misunderstands by going out and trimming it and pruning it and controlling it, and breaking and bending and removing what is natural about it to make it something that it wasn't originally, that it normally isn't, or wouldn't ever be. And the mother like is pissed off at the end of that. But that's kind of like what this is, where everybody else forces what they want onto her, to the point where, you know, time has passed and nothing can be taken back. And people have moved on and grown older and met other people, and it's just too late. You know, they wasted all of their time. Very happy movie. No, that's literally like they waste all of their time, and then she flies back in the moon. Yeah, kind of like Synecdoche, New York in a lot of ways, surprisingly, Cariosa. I think that this movie had a very, very, very similar message as Synecdoche, New York, where he wastes all of his time trying to control or getting lost in all of the situations around him. He's like the dad. He's the dad. The main character of Synecdoche, New York, is like the dad in this movie, pretty much. My controller's dying. I love this movie though. Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of like going into it right now. The parallels do be paralleling. Why I'm going into it now, because I doubt I'll be able to really get into it. But Batman, right? Are we ready? Ready for Batman? Oh, maybe we should recap though. There should also be like sound. I'm so upset about the sound. But yeah, Batman. I guess Oswald, the penguin is kind of leading some kind of revolution against the city. Bruce Wayne's parents are actually criminals, or at least did some kind of business with criminals. What is this? What is this? Oh, we should also take a look at. Yeah, you made more houses. You did this last night. This is super cool though. What is this though? Also found this little doll I half finished customizing. Well, how? Oh my goodness. Do you just like? Here's the thing. Like, do you buy like a plain doll and then adjust it, or like is it like is it bald and everything when you get it and then you add all of these things afterwards, or do you adjust like another one and just cut its hair or dye it or whatever? I don't know. This is so cool though. This is how you do that. Damn. I removed the original hair. Gotcha. This was cute. Aubrey Plaza never watched. I love White Lotus, by the way. Made new hair. You're basically Geppetto. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Glued it to her head. Aubrey Plaza never watched White Lotus because I had trouble opening my Max account. I couldn't figure out the password. I'd love a DVD. What? Earned critical acclaim and an Emmy nomination for her performance as Harper on The White Lotus Season 2. She's fantastic, yeah. Not that she ever watched a single episode. In a video interview, I still haven't, but I'm going to. To be honest, I had trouble opening my HBO Max. It is really hard. It is really hard because it's not HBO anymore. It's not. it's not HBO anymore. So that would do it. Glued it to her head. We'll repaint her face eventually, and I'd love to pop in new eyes, but I don't know if that's in the cards. Wow, pop in new eyes. When I was trying to watch it originally, I couldn't. Where do you get eyes? Where do you get alternate eyes, though? I couldn't figure out the password, and I usually just give up. Okay, you sound like my dad. I just can't handle things. You sound like my dad. I'd love a DVD. Yep, there it is. But they don't send DVD sets anymore. I ask them every time. Man, yeah, that sucks. Plaza has long been outspoken about her annoyances with streaming platforms. Whenever she's forced to use one of them. Totally fair. I was trying to watch Top Chef Season 20. Couldn't figure out. I don't know. This is probably I don't know. Trying to get Hulu Live, I give up. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Figuring out how to fucking get Hulu Plus. What are you talking about? I just can't. And so what I'd like to do is go on iTunes and buy movies that are old, or I'll go to what the fuck, and just like buy the whole Soprano series, and then my husband will be like, you can literally watch that for free on HBO. She's surely playing into the character, but it's cute. Yeah, no, playing it up, sure. But there's probably some seed of truth to this. Plaza told Variety in 2022 that she did get to watch the first season of The White Lotus, and it was her love of Mike White. Oh, yeah, he's great. He was on Survivor. That convinced her to take on a role he wrote for her in season 2. We know it's true because we feel it. We would need to make new eye chips out of resin. What? What did I just watch where somebody was asking for resin? Do you have any resin? Oh! I think it's Furiosa, or no, it's Waterworld. He was asking for resin in Waterworld. Are you worried about the glaciers melting? Get these dolls on Temu for a few bucks. Then they have a nice articulation and faces are pretty cute. I was a fan of so I'm very excited to work with him. I'm very honored to be on this. Yeah, it's great. Great show. Plaza might want to figure out her max password before. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. I like her. Yeah, she was fantastic in The White Lotus. Both these seasons are incredible. Super excited for the third. What's her name? I can't remember. But she cracked the older lady, I think, who's in both seasons. Kind of drives me insane, but she's great. What's her name? Oh my God, it's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. Jennifer Coolidge. She steals the show in every single scene that she's in. And is just spouting the most insane shit. the entire time. It's kind of awesome. Very, very, very fun show.